Good morning, Sachse. It's Wednesday, September 2nd, the second day of fall. And boy, is it not a glorious morning with this rain we have. Much different than we've seen the last couple of days. So let's enjoy it while it lasts. Let's get straight to the conditions this morning. Cloudy at my house, temperature 72, dew point 70. So obviously very muggy, but that's to be expected with all the rain. That makes the relative humidity 93%. Winds out of east southeast at 2. Barometric pressure 29.77 inches and steady, and that makes the heat index feel like 80, which is not too bad. And so far today, we've gotten 6/10 of an inch. That's since midnight, and we'll talk about other rainfall totals we've gotten around the area in just a second. All right, so with that, let's go straight to the radar and see what's going on. So you can see that there's a little bit of a lull in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. We'll put this in motion. And you can see that the rain is moving out temporarily, but you see some areas back to the west of us that are starting to fill in again, and I think that'll move across our area this morning. So, needless to say, I think this morning is going to be a wet one off and on. I don't think at this point we'll see heavy downpours, at least not this morning. Our atmosphere has been cooled off sufficiently to where we don't see a whole lot of that. But we definitely will see some what we call stratiform rain, and we'll definitely see more of that as the evening, as the morning goes on. We're not evening yet. And if we expand the view out a little bit, you can see, that's not too far there. You can see, let me try this. Okay, you can see some more vigorous development out near Abilene, northeast Abilene. That is headed our way. It'll be interesting to see if that maintains its intensity because, again, it's got to work against some cooler air in our area. But we'll see. It's definitely worth watching. I think today is just going to be rainy, that's for sure. Off and on, not going to rain the whole time. All right, so let's look at the particulars here as far as what we can expect today. We always like to start out with the satellite picture. And as you can see, as I'm sure you're not surprised, big cluster of clouds and storms over North Texas, stretching all the way back out to Abilene. And you can see this redevelopment here. You can see a little bit of redevelopment south of Temple, all headed in our general direction. Like I said, though, the most heavy rain, at least early today in the early afternoon, will be south of the Metroplex. If you're in the Waco area, Austin area, I think you'll see much more heavier rain than we will. Although we'll still see our share of rain, no doubt about it. Now, yesterday we had a few instances of severe weather, mainly south and west of us. Had a tornado report in Brown County. We probably won't see a whole lot of that today in our area, but the Storm Prediction Center does put us in a general thunderstorm category. You see this marginal risk storm, marginal risk category, Austin, San Antonio. So they have a much better chance of seeing severe weather, hail, and wind mainly. But you can't rule out a tornado, so definitely something to watch if you're down there. Now, as for us locally, the only watch we have in effect today is a flash flood watch, and you can see that's in the green. Most of the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex is in it. Areas just to the southeast of us are not. Doesn't mean it's not going to rain. Doesn't mean it won't get heavy rain. I wouldn't be shocked if that was extended southeast. They've been in a bigger drought than we have, so it's going to take a little bit more rain for them to have flash flooding. But it's definitely a possibility, but it's going to be wet no matter what. And as far as our actual hazards today, which kind of coincides with that, is again today we're expecting another inch of rain in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex if you're south and west, maybe 2-3 inches. So the areas that we saw yesterday, Denton County especially, got a lot of rain, 4 or 5 inches. That's shifted south in general. It doesn't mean we're done with the rain. It just means the heaviest rain will probably be south of us. But it's something we'll have to watch because we can get some pockets of heavy rain in our area today, and that's certainly not out of the question. Now, just specific to Sachse, of course, I posted this last night. This is as of 9 o'clock yesterday, so this does not include totals today. But in that storms we had yesterday, if you take out the errors, we averaged a little over an inch, I would say, in the Sachse area from our reporting stations. Everywhere from 3/4 of an inch to almost a quarter, almost an inch and a quarter. That was pretty common yesterday. Like I said, so far at my house, we've had 6/10 of an inch. I think that's probably going to be a pretty common reading this morning. And of course, later this evening, I'll update today's totals, and I will try to include the total for our storm in that tonight's totals too. We'll be interested to see how those totals come out. I think we should be total amounts should be over 2 inches at least. Now, the theme of the day, wet. As you can see, 90% chance of thunderstorms. Obviously, that's already come true because because it's raining at my house right now. So I think that's a pretty solid forecast right there. Off and on today. Like I said, it won't rain all day. But definitely take your umbrella if you're going to be outside. Definitely plan ahead if the weather and especially wet roads are going to slow you down. Just definitely plan ahead. And as far as the forecast going out beyond today, it's always cool to see those thunderstorm icons on the forecast. That means it's going to rain. It means it's not going to be as hot either. So today, tomorrow, a little bit more scattered, really starting tomorrow, and then it's definitely more scattered on Friday. The Labor Day weekend is actually looking pretty nice. It's going to be warm, but it's not going to be oppressively hot. So that's actually good news. We don't want this rain hanging around on Labor Day weekend. So Labor Day weekend looks pretty good. The start back of face-to-face school is on Tuesday, so not too bad, 85. And then a nice little cold front's going to come through on Tuesday night, Wednesday morning, and knock us down into the 70s for high. Won't that be nice? That might actually be our first fall cold front, so that is going to be awesome. So if you like the rain, enjoy it. If for some reason you don't like the rain, you don't like the hot temperatures, you just want it sunny and cool, relatively speaking, you're going to get your wish at about a week from now, maybe a little bit more a week from now. So, with that, I will sign off this morning. Like I said, I appreciate everyone watching as always. I'll keep everybody up to date today if something crazy happens. And in the weather, something crazy can happen all the time. But as always, I'm watching the weather, so you don't have to. Everybody have a great day. We'll talk to you soon.